Well, if you know Tight, you know all about the good news. The good news is here. You know he's coming back. He's coming back, so get ready. Are you going to be ready when he gets back? You know what I'm saying? When Jesus returns, where will you be? Will you be ready? As for Nick Saban, he is not coming through your door. Not going to happen. Whoa! Welcome, Alabama fans, to Tight Sports. This is the Alabama Football Megacast and the People's Crimson Tide Network. Sorry. Thank you for thumbing over and checking me out on whichever virtual space you have chosen. On your way in, please share a pound with a brother and drop that pound right on that subscribe button as you settle in. And if I successfully stimulate the happy juice in your gray matter and make your funny bone jiggle, please remember, reach out and poke that like button right in the eye. Welcome. You got to let the algorithm know what we're doing over here. Tell all your Alabama fans, tell everybody that just need another minute of their life of Alabama living in their head to come on over and check us out here over in Tight Sports. We on the way. We on the way. Now I'm going to get right to you. I'm going to get right to it. I don't know what happened to, what's it called, thorough journalism, but I think it died when I was about 23 years old. Greg McElroy. Good job. Good job, Greg. You got him talking. SEC Media Days are coming on. Alabama wasn't even on the calendar of the SEC Media Days. Nobody was going to talk about Alabama Day. Can you put the three teams that were on the calendar of the SEC Media Days? Can you put them in the chat? I think LSU was there, but don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Greg McElroy dropped a little nugget on his show. He said that a person who he greatly admires, if it wasn't the person he greatly admires, he wouldn't have said nothing. But the person he greatly admires said he could see, not that he knows, but he can see Nick Saban getting back into coaching. And the world has been upside down, really, in college football. Not just for all you sucker teams that need a coach, for all the people down on the plains who think that he gonna try to go shovel that bovine excrement that Hugh Freeze done piled up down there on the plains. You lost your mind. They done got fired. They fired Mike Elko at Texas A&M in his second season. He didn't really have a bad season. Oh, not to mention Kalen DeBoer, who's on the high, who, you know, quiet as kept. The seat at Alabama is always hot. The seat at Alabama is always hot. Oh, who is this? Who coming? Let me roll tide to you, C-Ham. Roll tide to you. Roll tide to you. And the king comes right in the comment and says, no one cares. Well, somebody who cheers for that little brown bird team that you got cares a lot. Because I'm telling you, there are rumblings all over the country. I've heard names like UCLA. I've heard names like USC. I've even heard some ridiculous names. Maybe not so ridiculous because they got some loot. Texas Tech. But nobody even takes the whole NFL thing seriously. Paul Feinbaum, you know, kind of said, you know, he wouldn't be shocked if he returned to Texas A&M because he thinks there's always been a desire for him to get in front of that oil money down there, that oil money they got down in Texas, and it'll be a perfect landing spot for him if he was to struggle in his first or second season. Oh my God. I would like to see it though, because normally if a coach leaves, you're going to have about 30, 40 people leave your team. That would be a case where you probably have, negative portal entry. People probably jump out of the portal if they can to get back on whatever team he selected. So here we go. Oh, okay. So obviously the king has reached out. Like Greg McElroy, why did nowhere in his diatribe did this man say, I text coach, I called coach? You work at the same place. You played for coach. You helped coach win the first title. But why do you just verify that? Hey, coach, have you heard this? Have you heard, coach? Coach, is it true? Hey, man, I can't help but laugh because everybody's talking about it. They can say they're not talking about it, but it's just it's crazy. And you know, Texas A&M, for instance, they got deep resources, but so does Texas Tech now. You know, I think he's always looked at Texas A&M and they got some deep recruiting over there. But you know, that was Jimbo. Jimbo had a lot of recruits down there that didn't work out. You have to wonder why. Was it him? I don't know why Jimbo ever left FSU, but hey, he's my hero. He had 76 million reasons why. That man has a place close to my heart. Welcome, Jimbo. Anyway, people thought it was far-fetched, but hey, man, people take jobs. I'm telling you, you never know what's going on. I think NFL, for one reason only. Are you going to take as much money as Ryan Day? What is he getting paid? $13 million? if you were a GOAT, I don't care what you do, don't you deserve 3 times, if not 6 times, come on now, more money, or in his case, 7, I'm sorry, 7 times more than a Ryan Day, more than a Pete Carroll, or go get paid like Pete Carroll in the NFL? Why wouldn't Nick Saban deserve $20 million to take your program to the next level at 73 years old? And before anybody get all happy and giddy, it's only one person that will stop and start this whole thing. Y'all better go talk to Miss Terry. You better go talk to Miss Terry. Now, I heard a lot of different things happen with retirees. I got a friend of mine who's a musician for a long time. I got friends of mine who was in the military a long time, and their families weren't always together. When them people came home, things were different, and the people made adjustments. So I don't know. Maybe Miss Terry like, yeah, come and get this man out this house. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case because he still got the ESPN stuff. I don't know. I'm just saying, whoever you are, he ain't coming to your school. If he goes to a school, guarantee you they never seen this program. He said, even though this man said, I'm done with coaching and all that stuff, he want to do some more coaching. He really could have stayed where he was. He really had to, unbeknownst to me, he had the team. Well, not unbeknownst to me, but everybody said he had the team. One more year, Tommy Reese in the game. We can go take it over to. He could have stayed where he was. He could have stayed right there. But no, y'all gonna just override. Greg McElroy has started a firestorm. That's why I don't listen to people at ESPN. I read about it. I catch the stories that's real important, whether it's RG3 doing his thing with Reese or my man Clark coming at him. They draw you in because it's a drug. It's like either you're going to hate what they got to say or you're going to really get inspired by what they got to say. And even when they make you feel good, I don't know what ESPN is telling me the absolute truth. But I just want to know, through all the stuff McElroy said, why didn't he finish up his report? Remember now, McElroy, he qualified as a Rhodes Scholar, but he wasn't selected. So he ain't stupid. Why didn't his report? I contacted Coach Saban, and he never responded, or he sent a laughing emoji, or he don't answer my calls no more. It's that journalism aspect of journalism, but we know ESPN is not about journalism. But a lot of this stuff taps into the tensions that we have in the SEC. It makes everything fun. So when we slap y'all around this season, everybody be like, man, I thought, Saban was here, we would have either beat or lost or beat. I don't know. But I do want to say Roll Tide to PhD. Time difference almost threw me off, but I made it. Thank you for coming on in there, PhD. Thank you for coming on in. But what I will do, as they normally do, if the University of Alabama tears up his contract for the money that he makes as an employee, I'm pretty sure it'll hit the news. And right here on Tight Sports, we will keep you in the loop when that happens. This is the What Were They Talking About? Why is people talking all this ish out here episode for me? Because I thought I was looked at this next topic. It said like Harry Douglas puts the Alabama coach on the hot seat. What? So I said, is he on the hot seat? Did he get hired into the hot seat? He been saying it since the man got hired. And I'm like, hey, Harry Douglas, keep your nose out of Tuscaloosa, keep it in Louisville, or stick it back over there in Jonesboro High School in the middle of Georgia in Clayton County, if that's what makes you feel giddy. But like I said, here's a note. The seat of Alabama is always hot. But I don't think they're going to make any moves based on what Harry Douglas had to say. Do y'all know who Harry Douglas is? He was a third receiver at one time when Julio and I can't think of another guy name went to Should be. He's there were two great receivers there, and they had Harry Douglas as well. And I do mean great, not as a disrespect to Harry Douglas. He did his thing, but there's only one football throw around. Who you gonna throw it to? Julio Jones or the guy I'm trying to make y'all know who he is. He was a slot receiver. Did his job 10 years in the NFL. But why are you talking about Kalen DeBoer being on the hot seat when everybody's sitting up? First of all, it's just hot in Tuscaloosa anyway. So all the seats in Tuscaloosa are actually hot, especially out there by the football field, but more importantly, at the University of Alabama. I don't know where he's getting this from. He's saying that the fans not going to be patient. Okay. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is another ESPN creation. I mean, it is hard following up a GOAT. Like, you know, you have a championship coach like Gene Chizik. Should have been hard to follow up, but it wasn't. However, it's been all downhill ever since. So, but still, you're coming in behind a championship coach, a Mack Brown at Texas or whatever, it's difficult. You know, I'm really interested to see how they follow Mack Brown at North Carolina with Belichick. That thing is a reality show that really needs to be documented. As his girlfriend runs for Miss Maine, I wish her the best of luck. She's a winner. Now, if we're not patient, what are we going to do? We're going to actually stone it. We're going to sit on social media and just complain about it, Harry. We're going to say, we should win. We should win. Because this is the same thing ESPN told us that got me into a heated argument last Wednesday for a whole hour. Talking about the 2024 season. I felt one way. I thought we could win 10 games. I thought we'd get 10 games, get in the playoffs. Because ESPN and all the writers, Sporting News still around, Sports Illustrated, all these people, oh man, they got the greatest team assembled. I mean, nobody has more talent than them than maybe Ohio State. That was a lie. That was a lie, people. When Nick Saban left, 33 kids jumped in the portal, or 30. The man had one or two juniors to get drafted, but 15 other players had played out their time. They were graduating. They were moving on with life. Something, and you know, you divide it by how many people. Man lost a third of the team. And yeah, he did a great job recruiting, but it's a problem with the recruiting and the transfers they brought in. They didn't have no playing experience at University of Alabama. Case in point, Graham Nicholson used to kicking inside of a cow pasture. Whatever school they got him from. Yeah, it's a cow pasture, Jack. He's kicking out of a cow pasture. Not a problem making a 56-yard field goal in the cow pasture, but when you get in front of a crowd of 100,000, averaging 80,000 every weekend, just everybody holding their breath makes the ball move. So what did Graham Nicholson look like? Average, because he ain't had that experience. I hope he's doing well wherever he is, but he put it together. And I said it at the end. I didn't say it at the end of the season. I said, okay, I'm okay with 9 wins. But I'm saying now, as I went back in 2 months ago and found out all these people that left the team and a third of the team, I said, good job. We're lucky. We are lucky that the University of Alabama didn't go 7-6, 7-5 last year, or 5-7 like our in-state friends. We're real lucky. Do I expect big things this year? Yeah, 10 wins again. I'm going to do another video on how I think that's going to play out. Basically, the 4 teams that may messed up my prognostication. But anyway, he had a good season. Harry Douglas, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not a secret. I don't even know how this stuff gets out. It must be is this the dead season right now for college football? Shouldn't we be talking about whether we're going to double the NIL or get rid of the NIL maybe, or break this thing down in leagues? Something ought to come up. But now we'll move on to a kinder, gentler story about our friend Ty Simpson, who I think will be the starting quarterback for them this year, and his friend Gary. Gary Nussmeier has some great words to say about his friend, Ty Simpson. He spoke highly of him. He said he can really spin it. He's a baller. He said he can, he was a hard trainer. They all met down at, I think, at the one of these camps together. They've actually gone to several camps this year, which I'm glad to hear about Ty trying to get better at his craft, because we're going to need that to whoop y'all behinds. So Nussmeier emphasized, training with Simpson in the offseason allowed them to develop a close relationship. And, he kind of gave him some advice on stepping into the starter, following up a great quarterback. He follows up a Heisman Trophy winner. Ty Simpson follows up Jalen Milroe, who, hey, I like him. I like Jalen Milroe. I think we could have done a little bit more with him, but we didn't. That's on to whoever's coaching Seattle Seahawks now. He's over there. But they were a part of the same class, and, both of them have high expectations, and they got a elite standard to hold up to. And I'm telling you, that LSU team is scary, folks. Last year, I was worried about Tennessee. I actually worried about LSU this year. And the only thing I think that will separate it, give us the win, is the man with the big whistle. The guy with the big whistle is what worries me, or what doesn't worry me about the LSU. Our guy with the whistle is better than their guy with the whistle, if you ask me. So they are becoming, chummy. He said a lot about, having a brotherhood off field. Nussmeier's comments, it's like a camaraderie amongst top-tier quarterbacks, despite being competitors. He praised Ty Simpson, and that he says that somehow Ty Simpson has earned respect across the SEC even before taking a meaningful snap under center. Now that's when I like. Well, like what? What? So Garrett Nussmeier, he offers genuine praise for our future quarterback Ty Simpson, and he's predicting that he will thrive under the pressure. That he will definitely be under pressure in 2025, maybe 2026. I'm hoping Ty has the Heisman Trophy winning year, and we can move on to Keelan Russell. And now their careers on a collision course, because of course they will meet up on November 8th, 2025 in Tuscaloosa. All I got to say is eat your Wheaties, Gary, whatever, G Money. Eat your Wheaties, because our defense don't like quarterbacks. Pretty sure yours doesn't either. But I'm kind of smelling, I don't know, man. Have y'all seen what's the guy name? The guy that got drafted number 1, quarterback at Miami, when Shedeur was going at it. And this dude talked so much trash to Shedeur, and it was real aggressive. And I thought it was kind of harsh till they knew each other. All these flowers and sunshine he trying to put on Ty Simpson. I just know Nussmeier is probably just looking at all his tendencies. He's picking them apart. He's seeing if his feet are close together when he takes a snap, and he's going back. He's going to talk to his defensive coordinator. I hope we did the same thing to him, but we do have game film on here. I buy some of this, but I don't buy some of this because you can't trust nobody in this thing. You can't trust nobody, especially not an LSU Bengal. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. So Ty Simpson, listen to me. Forget all that. Forget everything he said. Concentrate on what you got to do. You need to really go talk to Ryan Grubb and your quarterback coach, Nick Sheridan, and get reprogrammed. Let Grubb cuss you out for 12 hours straight. Tell you who you ain't, who your mama ain't, and all that stuff. Get your head back focused. Because this man right here, he's selling you some of that bovine excrement. He's just talking. He's blowing you up, man. I don't like this. I don't know what are y'all comments. Let me see. Jermaine Mills, what's up with your boy? What up with your Roll Tide to you? PhD in the chat. My cue to go holler at you, Tight Sports. All right. King of comments. Yes, I am, Travell. Don't run away now. Talk to him. I'm telling you, I think if PhD was to play football, I say just her personality strong safety. Just want to see you catch the ball and see can it be dislodged from your body through force, physics. I can see that. Let's see. PhD Macro always talk about something and gets on my nerves. Just be quiet. Woo! PhD came here hot today. PhD said, interesting how he brought up that when Saban is not in the SC media days this year. See, that he's not even there. But he the talk of the last 2 days, it's all over the place. I didn't know if I was going to talk about it. But I saw so many other stories about people talking about Alabama, so I said, hey, I cover Alabama. Let me go on and bring it up. But you're right. He's not there. Maybe is he going to do a guest appearance as the 17th coach? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's crazy, but great. Hey, McElroy, way to blow that channel up, man. Way to blow that channel. I guess next time I'm going to do something, man. I don't know. Maybe I'll do the story on the Ozark Mountain thermos that allegedly has hurt some people. Look that up. I don't like Tight Sports does not endorse products made, sold, purchased under the brand of Ozark Mountain. They have failed me 1,000 times in life, from the tents to the lawn chairs to the visor, a knife. It was a knife or an axe. The handle just, as soon as I struck something, it just to send Ozark Mountain. You are bad company. Period. Moving on. PhD and last year, who won Iron Bowl? Just saying, oh, yeah, it's a little early to be poking them. No. I take that back, because that may just go right into my next story. Hugh Freeze. I can't take it no more. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know, 2.5 weeks. Why you bumping your gums, man? Why you bumping your gums? Everybody know who you're talking about, even though you ain't talking about it. Or you need to put a name on it, because AJ McCarron just told you to shut your face. Huh? AJ McCarron, he read between the lines. We know where our recruiting class is. It's up here. And yours is, it's your class of, what y'all got, like 3.5 children? Something like that. It's down here. So who you talking about? Whether you're right or wrong, I don't care. I hit you in your mouth. That's what AJ McCarron is saying. I'm more of a strangulation. Get your big arms. I get my hands on you. I'm not the boxing type. I'm a grappler. Our head coach Hugh Freeze recently claimed that other schools, aka better programs, and might as well say and Alabama, built-in advantages that make it easier for them to maintain success. That could be true. But can you explain Oregon? They have some success. Oregon wasn't special when I was in my 30s. They special now. Without a national championship, they're more special than your program. So, I mean, built-in advantages. They got more bag men, more money. You broke now. What are we doing here? And, we got history. We got a recruiting brand. Established actually before Bear Bryant, definitely solidified under Bryant and maximized under Coach Saban. We got a recruiting brand. We got a history. What does that mean? What does that got to do with you? You got to do your thing, man. You got to do your thing. Why don't know why you talking about the other 133 programs out there anyway? Why? But I said it and I say it again. I think he is selling them people down there a bowl of, how can I say this without, beeping myself out? Because I can't beep nothing. I think he's selling them a bowl of wax. This is bull. Why is he even talking? We can't recruit because we know people doing this. And then you got your man, the AD, talking about, well, people ain't doing it right. I know what we're doing right. Them other 60 teams in the Big the what's it called, the 5 or the 4 big conference, when you're at the bottom of all those teams in recruiting, and then you say y'all didn't do it right, y'all didn't count your money out right, Mr. Cohen. All 6 of them teams above you are going to get attorneys, and they're going to shut down whatever kind of stick, the NIL, go, whatever, and we're going to play 2025 season. We'll figure everything else out then. See, what you're allowing yourself to do for whatever reason is to get behind. Yeah, we can always say we didn't understand the rules if that's a thing. Or, oh, we got a miscalculation. But if you're going to throw 2 teams under the bus because they violated the rule, then I'm going to go under the bus with them. Because what I can't do is lose to the other 12 teams on my schedule. Well, not including y'all. The other 11 teams on my schedule, because I thought we weren't counting right, or we didn't want to use our advantages. Because all this thing about Saban down there still recruiting. He on salary. I stopped saying that sounds stupid. And when you can find me the Hall of Fame coach who is not recruiting for the team they used to work at, if they even want him on campus, is Texas calling Mack Brown? Is Urban Meyer, the people at Florida looking for Urban Meyer to come through and sign a couple autographs on Junior Day down there? You know what I'm saying? Do you think they want to see him at Ohio State? I don't think so. They don't need his help. So I don't know where y'all come with this. Nick Saban still, yeah. Wish we could just encase him in glass and put him on the couch so everybody could come through there and talk to him. How much money we'll make off that? Talking about NIL, $250, 15 minutes for Saban inside the glass. Yeah, step up. He would be in there. I mean, really, if he did that like 6 hours a day, we make a lot of money. A lot of money. I'm talking about totally booked at least for 6 months. Take that back for a year and give him half the money, take half of it, put it into the doggone basketball program or the softball team or something. It's foolishness. But AJ got on this dude. He fired Brett. He fired back. He said some expletive, but he said this ain't nothing but excuses. This is excuses. I'm talking about hot seat. If the board seat is hot, and it is because you're at the University of Alabama, what is the temperature of Hugh Freeze's seat? Is it like the sun or something like that? Is it like, does he sit down on it and it just evaporates on him automatically, or it's just his clothes just catch on fire every time he walks into his office? McCarron want everybody to know that Alabama's success is built on hard work, discipline, accountability, not shortcuts or advantages. Everybody got bag men. Everybody got bag men, but all bag men are not created equal. McCarron highlighted Nick Saban's his demanding culture, where players had to earn everything they got. I heard countless stories, ridiculous stories out there. Regardless of your talent or recruiting ranking, you still had to go out there and work. 5 stars have been sent packing from the University of Alabama under Nick Saban, and they will be sent packing under Coach Kalen DeBoer, because you got to earn it on the field. Or if you can't earn it, what good are you? McCarron also pointed out that Auburn has similar resources and should focus. I was about to say something. Focus on execution and internal improvement rather than blaming external factors. Basically, let me get all this. Basically, the Augs need to get in the guts of that program with some KO Pectate and some extra strip X-Lax and flush the bull crap out of that itty program. Huh? So, and just going further, people say, that's not little brother. What do you call this whole stance by Hugh Freeze and stuff? Is this not the essence of little brother? Mama, and I'm little brother, so I know. Mama, dude, look what they're doing. I'm guilty. He just, why is he directing his attention to other schools? It still don't take away from what you have amassed. Your list, everybody's got a list like this coming out of their arms of recruits. And, y'all list, the list of recruits y'all got can't even fit on this lottery ticket. I mean, it fits well on the corner of this lottery ticket. It's a small list. I don't even know, do y'all have a one side of the offense? Y'all have 11 people yet? I think they signed a 5-star. Hey, God, maybe it's shut the hell up. Get it, Hugh. Go work. Go grind. Stop crying. Okay, next up, who is this? Jermaine Mims said, all this Saban news is a nothing burger. I want to hear about these teams and how we match up against them. All this off-season talk is for the birds. Yeah, we're trying to fill the void, and I'm glad you brought that up, Jermaine. Going forward, I'm thinking about adding another segment where I can get on subjects outside of the University of Alabama. And next week, I will start going through the schedule from the cinnamon rolls to the all-terps. So that is on my radar. I'm just gonna say, man, University of Alabama they got a lot of things going, man. When I think about the job that Caleb DeBoer did last year, I am just a typical Creekwater fan, and I was just like, oh man, you ought to be able to get in there and go. But as I said last Wednesday, and I say it again, especially me, if I don't know who's hot in NASCAR, but I go with Leonard Hamilton. You put me in Mr. Hamilton's F1 car or any of them F1 drivers' car, they are made to go 220, 225, maybe 230 miles an hour. Not in the curves, but they are made to go that fast. Your boy Tyke ain't going over 60 miles an hour. I don't even know if those cars can go 60. I mean, not without a lot of work. Now that I think about it, I'm just learning this F1 thing. I don't even know if those cars can go 60. I think once you put them in gear, it's like 70, because they be flying. So Nick Saban got this nice setup on this car. Why did we all assume this man was gonna slide into the driver's seat and be like, 6 months, put my setup in on this frame, and we're gonna win a national championship? I thought that way. But that's why, we look at failure and we go back and look at it, and I find out we've lost a third of the team, and we replaced that third with people who did not have the playbook before they got there. 9 wins. Unless you can tell me the coach, not named Nick Saban, who would have done better. I would also encourage you to shut the hell up. Because I don't know who that person is. But let me go before I get in trouble with the FCC, FBI, ICE, or somebody like that. Because, that's how it goes. But I will say, I don't know if y'all realize this. This thing with Freeze, it's a familiar pattern with him. He deflects from his problems, and he just reaffirms that there's a mindset around him that others must not earn it because, he had to earn everything he got, but others don't do it. I don't know what they call that in psychology, but I know it's something. I don't know what I ain't read that book, so I don't know what they call that, but that's something. And it's really sickening, and he need to really check himself. I do hope that he gets better, though. But I will say, I'm just a guy with a computer and a camera. What do I know? Add a pound of pressure to that subscribe button. Hit the notification so you'll know when I go live or drop a video. Tell your friends about us here on Facebook and on YouTube. And shout out to the Sharpshooters podcast. Roll Tide to you. Peace to the brothers at Auburn Addicts, Water Cooler, Who else we got? Bubba and the old man. It's SEC season with my man Tez. They are a fine group of Auburn Americans with a crying coach. With that, folks, we will see you next week right here at 7:30 on Around the Herd. And always remember, roll, tide, roll.